I'm going to get into another thing that I thought was very interesting that I saw. And home to the Proud Boys domain, Gab and other right-wing sites post unhinged letters after PayPal cuts ties. So there's like how you've got all kind of domain hosts, and one of the big like memes, and I'm going to literally use the term meme here, like just some like in a literal sense, it is a propagated idea that for whatever reason tech giants exclusively only censor right wing and conservative people, right? Now clearly, right, like tech giants censor everyone that they disagree with, left, right, center. It really they censor more anti-establishment more than a left-right spectrum. But there's this meme, right? And you can attach like any narrative to this meme and people will buy it. Oh, someone disagrees with me on something? They canceled me because of my beliefs. They canceled me because of my beliefs, right? These are the things that people believe. So, this is from Mashable here. PayPal, Hunter Biden, Bloomberg News, and several Avengers were targeted in a series of unhinged open letters from Epik after PayPal, with a K that, by the way, after PayPal terminated its account. The domain registrar, whose CEO once defended David Duke on a white nationalist podcast, is home to Gab and other far-right websites and formerly hosted 8chan. It also hosts the domain of the former website of the violent far-right Proud Boys, which was recently spoofed in emails threatening Democratic voters. So I've been covering, I covered a story on Gab a couple days ago about how people use Gab to openly plot terrorist attacks and how people use Gab to openly share information to kill people. 8chan also was directly linked to the Christchurch massacre. The person who went to Christchurch, New Zealand to kill over 50 people in a mosque posted about it on 8chan, said that they were going to do it on 8chan, and linked their live stream on 8chan. And if you look at the archived 8chan boards, like when all that stuff happened, right, it's all a bunch of people saying, good job, this is awesome, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, hey, you missed one, buddy, go back, you missed one, right? Like it's a bunch of people gleefully cheering on an ongoing terrorist attack that ended up killing over 50 people, right? That's the kind of website that is being hosted by Epik here. So these are the kinds of people. This is not conservative media. This is not, well, I believe in a fiscally responsible approach to the deficit. No, this is straight up far-right terrorist shit. Okay, this needs to be understood. Epik claimed it was cut off due to anti-conservative bias. PayPal said it had nothing to do with political ideology, but was instead due to financial risk issues. Quote, PayPal has sophisticated risk controls in place to alert our teams to potentially violative, potentially violative activity occurring on our platforms. My dyslexia has decided to own me on this day. I am being owned. I am now enslaved to my dyslexia. Said a PayPal spokesperson in a statement to Mashable, the company independently reviews each matter and bases its decisions on the management of risk and compliance with our long-standing user agreement. A source close to the situation put the issue more bluntly: money laundering. The source said that the problem lies with Epik's digital currency. The domain registrar runs its own alternative currency called Masterbucks. We all love having our own currencies, right? I'm thinking about making a crypto coin. We'll see about that. If you want any, just give me $5,000 and I'll give you this worthless online token, and then PayPal will cancel me. And then I get to say that they're anti-left. That's going to be the strategy here, which can be used to purchase products sold by Epik or converted into US dollars. According to the source, Epik has not gone through the appropriate legal steps to run Masterbucks and was encouraging tax evasion. An archived version of the Masterbucks page promotes its tax advantages. So if you see my mouse here and you look down here, you can see tax advantages as a little check. And if you look here, you see that tax advantages is gone. The rest of the thing is slightly, it's almost the same, but it's, whatever. References to tax advantages do not appear on the current version of Epik's Masterbucks website. According to one letter penned by Epic's SVP of Strategy and Communications, Robert Davis, PayPal inquired about offshore accounts, money transmission licenses, and other queries related to cross-border activities and law enforcement. The questions were absolutely absurd and well outside of any knowledge or experience we have as a domain registrar, said Davis. The letters go on to accuse PayPal of closing Epic's accounts for political reasons and make no mention of Masterbucks. Make no mention of Masterbucks. Right? Dumbass. Can't even... This person, right? This person is going to write an article, doesn't even know where to put an of, and make no mention Masterbucks. Fucking, Matt Binder, exposed, call out post on this awful journalism. Where was I? I don't even know where I am anymore. I'm so sorry. Okay, where am I? Okay. There we go. It would appear that in a different or direct effort to silence conservative voices, PayPal has terminated our payment services just 2 weeks before a presidential election, reads a second open letter. The right wing has long accused tech companies of and you can obviously click on this and you can read this whole thing. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I was considering doing it in a fun voice with music, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I can't. It's a little bit too much for me. But maybe I should do that as a segment, just read a bunch of unhinged cringe. Unhinged cringe. Anyway, the letters got even more bizarre, railing against former Vice President Joe Biden's son and the Democratic Party. In the wake of damning evidence about Hunter Biden that threatens to expose elements of the DNC for being overtly anti-American, PayPal has now seemingly moved into an aggressive phase of delivering brutal consequences to those who stand for truth, it reads. I love the way that they speak. Again, these people think that they're on the front lines of a trench war. It's ridiculous. It's unclear what domains they may have inquired about. Mashable reached out to the reporter and will update the story if they respond. I shouldn't have highlighted that. But, whatever. I like doing that. Mashable did, however, find that the official ProudBoys.com is currently registered with Epik. It made national news this week after threatening emails made to look like they were sent from a domain ended up in the inboxes of likely Joe Biden voters. U.S. officials blamed Iran for the emails, but did not show any proof to support that conclusion. The domain was previously officially associated with the Proud Boys, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I didn't really talk about that because I didn't really know what the hell was going on, but it's certainly very interesting. The open letter railed against CNN, the Southern Poverty Law Center, SPLC, and Chris Evans and Mark Ruffalo of Marvel's Avengers. Davis accused Hollywood of protecting child molesters and then claimed Chris Evans sent pictures of his penis to children over Twitter, seemingly a reference to the actor accidentally posting private photos on his public Twitter account, for which he later apologized. Davis then ranted about the Hulk. We can only assume he meant Mark Ruffalo spreading misleading climate data. Imagine in your... And then the Hulk decided... It's I don't know, man. These people are crazy. The obsession of child abuse within elite political and Hollywood circles overlaps with the QAnon conspiracy theory, which spreads readily on sites using Epic's services. Epik also shared links to blog posts attacking PayPal and GoDaddy. The number of domains registered under Epik have doubled in the past year. The company claims to manage 2 million domain names. However, public records show only about 600,000. Again, Matt Binder, 600, comma, 2 zeros? This article is canceled. I can't believe I'm doing a video citing this article as a source. Unbelievable, unbelievable display here of journalistic malpractice. Domains registered under Epik. If the name of the company sounds familiar, that's because Epik also made national headlines in August 2019 after a mass shooting in El Paso, Texas, that left 23 people dead. Prior to the shooting, the killer had posted his intentions, as well as a racist manifesto on the image board 8chan. Epik originally defended its decision to host the domain, but later cut ties with 8chan. So again, this is kind of in the same thing as what I've been talking about today. You see all of these right-wing outlets with any sort of power, right? They just latch on to this fake narrative of, oh, big tech censors right-wing voices. No, It's more so big tech censors anti-establishment voices than anything. If you want to have any sort of rule on what big tech censors, right? It's not right wing, it's not conservative viewpoints. Look at Google, look at Facebook, look at all of these companies. They only exist because of right-wing economic thought, right? Their entire existence is predicated upon right-wing economics. So when you say, "Oh, I was banned for my conservative beliefs because I believe in trickle-down economics," you're a fucking idiot. Okay? You're a moron, you're a dullard of the highest variety, and everyone should know about how much of a dullard you are, and we should all laugh at you. And that's what I think about that. But yeah, that's what I think about that.